Everything, even stimuli that the physical body and finite mind can't consciously perceive, have a profound effect on us. Oh, man. We're just basically. Bitch, this section me up. All right, this is gonna be a short episode. I'm gonna read chapter 2 of Supercharged Self Healing, a revolutionary guide to access your high frequency states of consciousness that rejuvenate and repair. It's by RJ Spina. This book is amazing. And if you don't know, I'm continuing these chapter readings on my Patreon. So last week I read a couple pages of chapter 1. I finished the chapter 1 reading on my Patreon. It's already available. And when you listen to this, and when it comes out on Monday, the additional reading will already be up on my Patreon. $5 a month. Yeah, I know it's another monthly thing, but 5 is fine. This is how we get into debt. You just okay everything, but please. So for this one, I'm actually gonna read. I'm gonna read the entire chapter 2 because it's not too long, and then for the bonus on my Patreon, I'll be reading chapter 3. So chapter 2, I love this title. Let go of belief and access the magic of your imagination. Ooh. Ooh, wait, what's the sound effect? Okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was a tour through my sound machine. Okay. Creation, like the blossoming of a lotus flower, is silent. Destruction, like the tearing down of a tree, is loud. Do not fear the deconstruction of your disharmonious, belief-based, egoic identity and its misprogrammed body of energy. That's what we all are. We're just walking egos that were misprogrammed, and that's why we're all mad. And it's okay. We're gonna get better. No matter how loud and unsettling the process, it must go in order to command the experience of harmony and perfection already within you. Being ill isn't a form of punishment. Tell that to any man with a cold or a sinus infection. How you feel, Mikey?
Way better.
Good.
Yeah.
Sorry God punished you. It's certainly not God's will. It's simply a self-mastery challenge over our body of misprogrammed energy. Blame does not exist either, except within the feckless flailing of duality. Okay, Shakespeare, take me out to dinner first. Jesus Christ. There is simply feedback based upon choices. Ultimately, there is only one that works and what doesn't work in terms of what we're trying to achieve. Your mission is to awaken from the spell of this low frequency environment, which AKA is Earth. Is mad low frequency. That's why all those near-death experience videos I watch, every time everybody died, they're like, oh, it's so much better. This is you can't even come close to feeling like this on Earth. But don't kill yourself. And yeah, your mission is to awaken from the spell of this low frequency environment and through tangible self-awareness, vanquish the egoic identity. Take full command of your body of energy and thus return to what is the original you. Health, vitality, power, and a tangible connection to the immortal and divine self. Well, sign me the fuck up for that, RJ. Sign me the fuck up for that. The physical body has a limited form of consciousness, all to its own, but it must surrender to the far greater sentience that is the self. You, sentience, that's what you are, you're sentience. I'm not Krystyna, I'm sentience, okay? Krystyna's just a little role I play this time around. You, sentience, command the body. If we do not utilize our innate wisdom and love, then we are operating only with fragmentary data from our low-frequency physical senses. This keeps us in the limited realm of body consciousness, which is identification with the physical body. And man, if you're Sydney, sweetie, how do you not identify with those titties, you know? And it's poor sensory perceptions. In turn, we become victim to genetics, not Sydney, and the limitation of so-called knowledge. Authentic self-healing cannot take place within any delusional state. Houston, I repeat, authentic self-healing cannot take place in any delusional state. Over. Thank you. Neither can true peace, joy, and happiness. But delusions are so fun. One of the fundamentals of self-repair and healing is recognizing that the knowledge and beliefs that are commonly accepted about health and healing are simply not true. In these higher consciousness realms, energy immediately responds to the pure force of imaginative intention. That's why you got to do your fucking your sayings every day. I, Krystyna Hutch, money Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. There you go, little mantras. You got to do little mantras. It does here in the physical universe as well, just more slowly. That way, we can see ourselves in the act of creation. Cool. I mean, I'd rather just think of something and get it, but I get what you're saying, RJ. This is all part of perfecting our abilities as master creators. To help with separation from the body, it's the physical body, not our sentience, or what we really are, that responds to muscle testing. Same with eating in accordance to our blood type. These responses of the body have nothing to do with sentience. We, sentience, are the awareness of the body's reaction to muscle testing and the effect of our dietary habits. Despite this truth, most people believe that they are the physical body, outer personality, and everything they've temporarily accumulated. And that's why we're all so afraid to die. Because we're like, that's it. If I die, I'm dead. No, you're not. Your body's gone. I am the sum of all these things. And the more I lay claim to both the tangible, money and stuff, and the intangible, knowledge and experience, the bigger, more important, more successful, and worthy my egoic identity becomes. Oh, yeah, that's true. In this belief system, the more I have, the more I am. Well, wait, yeah. Duh. There are also people who believe that by shunning material possessions and earthly knowledge, we all know them, they've destroyed their ego. Yeah, people get high and mighty about everything, having too much or having too little. We gotta chill. But shunning is just the flip side of acquiring. There are two sides of the same coin. Duality is the domain of lower frequencies and births the belief-based egoic identity. Freeing sentience, our timeless, immortal awareness, from the tyranny of our linear, logical mind and limited body consciousness is the only real revolution that ever takes place. All of our power is in getting our energy back from the egoic identity. Yeah, we spent a lot of energy just ruminating. Nope, that's ego, boo-boo. You gotta chill. The physical body can be repaired and healed once we no longer identify with it. So that's why when he said he got that diagnosis of like, hey, boo, sorry, 2 weeks to live, paralyzed for the rest of those 2 weeks, he didn't get sad because he's like, well, I'm not my body, so I'm fine. And I'm like, girl, it would take me 87 years to get to that point. Well, with that attitude, it would. The physical body can be repaired and healed once we no longer identify with it. Think of it this way. We cannot transcend what we refuse to let go of. Ugh. Yeah, that's true. Our new and more holistic understanding of the sentience, the self, its complement of energy, and the temporary human experience is a leap forward in the evolution of sentience and humanity's subsequent healing. Only in the destruction of the belief-based egoic identity does true healing and superior quality of life take place. And that's what I'm trying to get all of us to okay? We just buckle up, kids. We're going to figure this out at some point, maybe. Override the ego mind identity limitation program. Healing requires overriding energetic misprogramming. So the first step in the Ascend the Frequencies healing technique, ATFHT, is the accessing of our true nature. That's a good one. This will cease the impetus driving your disharmony. You must apply the brakes first in order to release everything that has accumulated through misconceptions, misunderstandings, and misidentifications. This way, you can increase your functionality by rewiring your entire reprogrammed energy field simply by returning to what is the original you. The vibration of self is what you must use to heal your body of energy. The self is infinitely higher vibration than the low frequency egoic identity in the physical body. So it naturally harmonizes them and everything else in this much lower frequency plane of existence hellhole called Earth. I added that part. By consciously living in the self, our entire body of energy naturally heals. Guys, it's just all like, and this whole, I mean, he's going to say this again and it bears repeating. All you have to do is just be yourself and shit just goes better. That's not, people's main problems is that we're not being who we authentically are. And that can include not, pretending to like something that you don't like, or not really, taking stock of like, I got a law degree and now I'm a lawyer, but I hate it. But my mom likes it, that kind of shit. I feel so bad for people like that when their parents push them to a career. I couldn't fucking imagine if that happened to me. Oh, God. And I ended up doing a professional job that I didn't like. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. I just got other things that I did. But boy, oh boy, I'd be pissed if I was a doctor right now. By consciously living as a self, our entire body of energy naturally heals. But what's far more important with regard to your journey of self-mastery is that living directly as the self is the most expedient way to evolve. By refusing to misidentify with the egoic identity and the physical body, I override their limitations of misprogramming, which included paralysis, you go girl, severe chronic illness, several, and powerfully commanding my healing precisely as I had predicted. It is worth repeating the belief-based egoic identity is a limitation program that runs by thinking. Another thing he's going to be repeating a bunch in this book, basically thinking is bad. Brainstorming is completely different, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you're thinking, ruminating is another version of thinking because our brain is just, our mind is like a typewriter and it's just always typing, whether we pay attention to it or not. And it's like, yeah, we could take the paper out of the typewriter and cling to it and go, this is me. Not really, boo. It was just a thought your mind had because your mind's always churning out thoughts. You don't got to listen to them. It is constructed from fragments of the whole and is therefore always in need of something to complete itself. This perpetual wanting and ever-present incompleteness, the egoic identity is disharmony itself, can only produce disharmonious thought patterns, which are the source of health problems. I repeat, disharmonious thought patterns are the source of health problems. All disharmony, when taken back to its energetic inception and conception, comes from disharmonious thought patterns. We cannot expect the source of our ill health, belief-based thinking, to fix our ill health. And that would get me so much more pissed off if I was paralyzed and then I came out of surgery and they're like, you're still paralyzed and you have 2 weeks to live. And then RJ came in my room and it was like, you just got to think more positively. Like, I'm like, oh, is that it? Is that all I have to do? So it's a lot of work to try to wade through that ego, baby. I'm saying I'm here for you. I get it. To better understand the egoic identity, imagine a racetrack with disharmonious thoughts racing around the track like cars. The more cars there are, the faster they travel, the more disharmony, chaos, and collisions occur, which often is increased sickness, disease, and malfunctions. And since the belief-based egoic identity is an endless loop of misperceptions, misunderstandings, and misidentification, there is no end to this race, and we can never win. Ooh, who's horny? But we can disassociate with the cars and rise above the racetrack. From that frequential perspective, we can heal the damage that we've done below. Okay. What we can't do is heal ourselves with our egoic identity because it is the source and creator of problems. The egoic identity is a master at imbuing disharmony. We bathe thoughts and emotion through identification and with thoughts. Right, because the thought will produce the emotion, and then we'll feel the emotion all day, and then we're like, I'm in a crappy mood. Well, really, you just clung on to a thought too hard. This act of bathing thoughts with energy through identification with them creates feelings. These feelings about ourselves and others are what cause our suffering. That is very true, because when I was crying this morning on that Zoom, I was like, I'm so stupid with money. I was just berating myself. I'm like, girl, thank God I went through that hell year of scream crying, because I'm like, it will get better. So you're going to get out of this hellhole. That's one gift that I will take with me till the end of my days. The egoic identity has nothing to do with what we truly are. It's just a creation, character in a play. Your memorized dialogue is the collection of beliefs you had identified with, and beliefs are the context for every thought. Disharmonious thought patterns lead to disharmonious feelings, actions, experiences, and behaviors. But buried beneath the temporary construct of the egoic identity limitation program is wholeness and completeness. Thank fucking God. Freedom itself, unending joy, timeless wisdom, and unconditional love with an indomitable power at its disposal. That is what you are, not a tiny who. Okay. I love that for us. By misidentifying with our limited ego identity, we forfeit unlimited imagination, our true magic, in favor of transient, disempowering reality. We literally give our life force, our energetic power, to the ego identity. That's how we become slaves to the concepts, beliefs, memories, and information that we've misidentified with, including the physical body. Everything we place our attention on or allow into our environment greatly affects our energy field and our health. That's one that bears repeating. Everything we place our attention on, because attention is energy, boys and girls and these and thems, on or allow into our environment greatly affects our energy field and our health. Every sound, image, and vibration, well, that's a lot. Everything, even stimuli that the physical body and finite mind can't consciously perceive, have a profound effect on us. Oh, man. We're just fucked, basically. Have you ever suddenly become aware of a sound and realized that it's been going on for a while? Though you just became aware of it, you were still affected by it. These energies leave impressions within our bodies of energy and have a massive impact on us, even though consciously we are completely unaware of them. Oh, God. If it's not one thing, it's the fucking other stuff. This understanding has far-reaching implications. We must summon our will to detach from the trance-like egoic identity that is built upon the delusion of beliefs. It is the only way we can tangibly see these energetic constructs for what they really are, the enslavement of our immortal consciousness that is yearning and designed for the freedom of unlimited imagination within the higher mind of Source. We are designated with the capacity to heal ourselves. That's what this book's about, guys. Trying to conquer nature through thought, which is what we call scientific progress, has been a perpetual outward expenditure of our energy, which only leads to the medicalization of health. And that's why I don't like America and I don't like the health system. I don't want to live anywhere else, but I also don't like it here. Ooh, that's a fun place to be. Our inner nature is harmony and balance and is reawakened prior to thought itself. The power to heal is within you. It is you, literally. Directly accessing the self is the first step of your healing journey and a greater quality of life. Through commanding your energies, you will be able to release, remove, destroy the disharmony at the root of all illness so that true repair and healing can occur. Anything short of this is merely treating symptoms. And that's Western medicine, you guys. And I know I'm not a doctor and I know I'm talking shit, but, I have a symptom. Here's a pill. Why don't we figure out where the symptom's coming from? You know what I mean? There is no magic pill, injection, or high-tech invention for true healing. Even if there were, we would learn very little to absolutely nothing about ourselves by having someone do it for us. But boy, would that be fun. Waiting for others to fix or save us takes no accountability or responsibility. It wouldn't feel so good. That is not the path of self-mastery. Authentic healers clear out disharmony that's currently occupying space within someone's consciousness and body of energies. The patient then reclaims themselves. They simply move their awareness into the freedom and completeness of the total self, ending their experience of limitation, delusion, and disharmony. Have I only been... wait, how much time have I been
44 minutes.
Oh, I've been doing 44. I'm like, I've only been doing... Okay, good. So I'm going to read... Let me see. It's actually a couple more pages of this, and I don't feel like reading it today. I don't want to read the rest of it on my Patreon, so I'm just going to finish this section, and then we're going to fucking go Google Sydney Sweeney's boobies, and then we'll do the next thing on our to-do list, okay? We are perpetually responsible for ourselves on the grandest scale imaginable. That sucks, though. Even beyond the confines of space and time. God damn it. When we abdicate any facet of our personal well-being to someone or something else, we stunt our individualized evolution, which is pointless because the very point of your existence is to know thyself and all its infinite potential. I'm trying. Instead of misidentifying with victimhood or waiting for something or someone to heal us, let's embrace our collective graduation into evolutionary adulthood. Oh, that sounds exciting and hopeful. Empower yourself by taking full responsibility for enhancing the quality of your inner life. Okay, I'll fucking try. This empowerment disempowers the emotional, physical, and mental illnesses of the belief-based egoic identity and the physical body. Don't need fucking health insurance when you got that. When we cease to misidentify with our imbalances, they will cease to have power over us. And that's true, because how many people do you know with a medical condition of any kind? They have celiac disease, their diabetes, whatever, and they kind of wear it as a badge. They're not like happy they have it, but their ego's kind of like, feel bad for me because I have this. And it's certainly not everybody, but I know. I've met some people that are like that. And, I'm not a treat when I'm sick. I usually keep to myself. But I'm sure if I got into a car accident, I'd be a whiny little bitch about it. I would. I'd be like, why is it always happening to me? And so, it's okay. You just got to get through that. Our individual and collective consciousness is then raised in frequency, vibration, and awareness. This is ascension, bitch. And this is the higher purpose of the ATFHT. Doing the work is the practice, and most of the steps in the healing technique are remarkably simple. And I gotta say, somebody's read this book twice already. Yeah, they are. Only the infinite mind complicates and tries to interpret what is through logic and linearity, thus missing what actually is. Ugh. Yeah. Empty your head, of preconceived notions, knowledge, belief, and expectations. Forget what you have been told about what is possible and what isn't. If I would have listened to the well-meaning, highly knowledgeable, and compassionate, that's very nice of him, healthcare practitioners regarding my own health, I'd still be in a wheelchair, most likely very ill, highly medicated, and quite possibly just a fading memory in the minds of some. Ooh, that's real sad. Forget everything you think you know. That kind of sounds nice. Healing is not what you think it is. If it was, you would not still be in need of it. Ooh, ouch, that hurt, RJ. Instead, let's start fresh. An open mind and true humility are all you need to begin freeing yourself from the known limitations. And that's a little chunk of chapter 2. And don't you worry, kids. I'm going to read the rest of chapter 2, and I'm going to read chapter 3 on the Patreon bonus episode. I love those. I recorded one last week, and it's nice. I did it in my closet, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of when I originally recorded the Voices in Our Heads in my closet on 34th Street. And I go on all kinds of fun rants about that. So patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson if you want to sign up. And congratulations, guys. You made it. It's not easy. It's not easy. But we're figuring it out. You know, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. And sometimes we cry and laugh at the same time. And you're like, well, that's confusing. But hey, that's life. All right. Thank you for listening. I love you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Someday we'll be friends with the voices in our heads. The voices in our heads.